Good afternoon, welcome to the Harn Phuket. I'm Mark Jones, and today I'm going to show you how to make spaghetti carbonara the same way we do in Cosmo restaurant. So we've got 4 or 5 different ingredients. We've got this one, which is guanciale. It's a cured bacon from Rome in Italy. It's made from the cheek of the pig. And we're going to cut it into 1 centimeter cubed lardons. And what we want to do is we just want to render the fat out and make the guanciale crispy. So we just separate each lardon, and you can just hear it start to sizzle. We're just going to turn it down a little bit. It's a super slow start. Then here we've got some really good quality dry spaghetti. I normally work on 100 grams per portion. So we're just going to make 1 portion today. So 100 grams in boiling salted water. In we go with that. We get a little timer on. So we've got some fresh whole garlic. And what we've done is we've just got the flat of the knife and just squashed it with the skins. And we put that in there to render with the beef fat and infuse to enhance our carbonara. On a pepper mill, when the screw's tight, it's fine. When it's loose, it's more coarse. The first, we're going to do it a little coarsely. Carbonara, amatriciana, they're very peppery, quite high quantity pepper pasta dishes, okay? We've got 2 free-range egg yolks in here, and we've got here some pecorino cheese. If you don't have pecorino cheese at home, of course, you can always use a good Parmesan instead, okay? So we're going to take about 60 grams of that cheese. We're going to come back to our pepper mill again. We're going to make it tight at the top so it's nice and fine, and just twist some pepper into that as well. Pop this to the side. We come back to our guanciale. And if I just show you, it's a very, very low heat, and the oil in the pan is starting to release. If you don't have guanciale, of course you could use pancetta, but I find pancetta has a lot less fat, so we use a little olive oil just to help the fat to release and to make the pan less dry. And of course, if you haven't got either of those, you could use a good back bacon or a good streaky bacon, no problem at all. The funny thing is about carbonaras, there's always a lot of interpretations. You know, some people put mushrooms and cream, but the real Italian way is to use the water from your pasta, fresh egg yolks, and pecorino cheese. It's not a really, really long dish to cook. It's quite quick. Probably takes about 9 minutes from start through to the finish. When you put your pasta into the boiling water, remember it's not going to be over too salty, because this water we're going to use to make the sauce, and then you've also got saltiness from the bacon and saltiness from the cheese, so just make sure your water's not too salty. We're just going to turn that up now because we've released some of the oil already. If we had it on high at the start, that would just colour the guanciale, and you just get it coloured, but you wouldn't make it nice and crispy, and you wouldn't release all that amazing fat. The fat is very, very important for the sauce. It's important the heat's not too hot because it will burn the pepper as well. I'm just going to take it off before it's ready, and then when that's near ready, we'll put the spaghetti back in. So what's really nice about this is when you're rendering the fat and the bacon, you've got this wonderful peppery bacon aroma going to go through your house. It's quite enchanting. It's really, really tasty. Smells amazing. It's going to set all your senses on fire, this carbonara. And as long as you follow the basic core recipe, you just can't go wrong, honestly. And this fat's what we're going to use to make our sauce. Come on, darling, wakey, wakey. But this slow render is everything. Super important. We've got our guanciale. It's all nice and rendered. It's all nice and crispy. At this point, we're going to remove the garlic out and the skins and just reserve them to one side. We're going to take this guanciale out and rest it onto the tissue paper, just so it doesn't get soggy. So we originally cooked our pasta for 6 minutes, and then we left it here to rest, and it probably needs about another minute more. Okay, so in here we've got 2 egg yolks, black pepper, and about 60 grams of pecorino cheese, and this is what we're going to use our spag sauce with the fat and some of the pasta water. So first we start with a whisk. and we just whisk the cheese, the black pepper and the egg yolks together. Okay, just to make it combine. Don't worry about it, hasn't got to be anything in particular. And then we're going to go with some of the pasta water. We go with 1 small ladle first, and we just want to whisk that to incorporate together. That's our timer for our spaghetti. So that lets me know I'm about 30 seconds away, which is great. We're going to go in with another little spoon of this and reserve, and just keep this on standby. And then onto this one, we bring it back on. We're going to take some of our pasta water again and then place it into the oil, and you'll hear this going to sizzle. This will be what we call in French cookery deglace. It's going to remove all the flavour from the pan and put that into our sauce. We drain our spaghetti. That goes in. Cook it nice al dente. This goes into here. We're just going to mix that. We're going to turn this off. Just give it a little mix. Don't worry. All the magic will be revealed shortly. With the residual heat into the pasta, it goes in. Pop this to one side. And we're going to go onto the lowest setting. And we're just going to let that emulsify, come together. A little touch more water. Bring it all together. We don't want it to scramble, so we're just going to take a little bit more water. That's the pasta ready. We take a little bit of parsley. This is Italian parsley. You don't have to use it. I like a little bit of colour in. Toss it together. We get the guanciale inside. Keep a few little pieces for the decoration on the top. Toss it together. We got a little more water, I think. You just want the spaghetti and the cheese and the eggs all to emulsify and become one, okay? So we've got our bowl. We've got our creamy carbonara into our bowl. All that beautiful pepper. We're going to top that with a few of the pieces of the guanciale I reserved at the end on the top. And then we're just going to finish it with a little bit of freshly grated pecorino. And there we have it, the Cosmo restaurant's carbonara here at the Harn in Phuket. Bellissimo.